Hi, I'm Maryjo with Fourth Dimension Healing in Stillwater, Minnesota, which is my healing practice where I offer energy, crystal, and light language healing sessions as well as mentoring sessions. I'm also the director of the Center for Crystalline Healing Studies, which is my online school, and I'm the host of the Ask, Learn, Heal podcast. And you can learn more about my school and my podcast episodes by taking a look at the links below this video. Today I want to talk with you briefly about 3 stones that get confused a lot. And part of the reason they get confused, one for the other, is that they all tend to be kind of a light pale green, a little bit of a yellow, a little bit of a turquoise or an aqua, but they've got this beautiful hue that's very similar, and they also all resonate with the water element. If you are not familiar with the system of elements that I work with, which are earth, fire, water, wind, and storm, please take a look at some of the other videos that I offer, because you can learn more about them there. And I also have information specifically about working with gemstones and crystals and the elements in one of my podcast episodes. So here we've got these 3 stones that look similar. They're the same color. They really support emotional healing, because that is what water element really helps with. And yet they're actually quite different. So here we've got Chrysoprase. Chrysoprase is actually a form of quartz. It's a chalcedony, which means it is a cryptocrystalline quartz that's kind of translucent. It's not as kind of dark and opaque as you might find in a jasper, if you are familiar with jaspers, which are also a type of cryptocrystalline quartz. So we have this beautiful, lovely, gentle energy flow, and being a quartz, it's going to have a hardness of about 7 on the Mohs hardness scale, which is a hardness scale that ranges from 1 all the way up to 10, 10 being diamond, 1 being talc. This Chrysoprase stone also has a structure. If we took a look microscopically at all of the different molecules of the way this particular stone was created, we will see a hexagonal structure, which means it's got 6 sides. And when we have a hexagonal structure, it is a structure that's very balancing. It's very much about a completion process. And so it can be really a wonderful stone. To any kind of a stone that has a hexagonal structure is going to really bring in a sense of solidness and openness at the same time. So when we're working with Chrysoprase, which is a water element stone that really helps work around that throat chakra and that heart chakra, bringing in that kind of stabilizing, balancing energy of the quartz family into this type of a stone can be really beneficial. So that is Chrysoprase, and sometimes you'll find Chrysoprase that has some like brown in it, and that's simply some of the nickel that's included in with that particular stone. So it's all Chrysoprase. Then we have Amazonite, again a water element stone. This is a potassium aluminum silicate, and this is going to be resonating around 6 to 6.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. And it is very, very helpful when we are working on clearing the throat chakra. This has a triclinic internal structure. And if you think of a trapezoid where we have a long base, then it goes up and it has a shorter top, that is triclinic structure, which means it's got this strong base, and there's yet this little bit of this forward movement upward. It's not square, so it's just solid. It's got the base, and then it moves up into a little bit more of an openness. And it's got this wonderful structure that I find really helpful when we're working on moving, especially through this throat chakra, some of those energies that are bogged down a bit, perhaps some energy that we're in the process of clearing. Maybe it's old patterns that we just need to be very gentle about shifting and clearing, and yet doing it from a place that's got some stability underneath it, that yet we have this flow moving upward. That's how I like to think of working with Amazonite. So this again is a really, really nice stones to support the throat, also the heart, very much like the Chrysoprase. Then we have Aquamarine. So Aquamarine, here again, is this beautiful, similar in color. This is a beryl aluminum silicate. And so when we're working with this kind of stone, it has much more of a striated kind of appearance, yet it is still hexagonally structured. It has iron in it, so it's got a little bit more grounding to it. And it has a hardness, actually a little bit harder than quartz, so a little bit harder than the Chrysoprase. It's about 7.5, 7.5 to 8 on the Mohs hardness scale. When I think of working with this stone, again, water, again about clearing out, especially that throat chakra, there's this strength behind it. There is this, this flow with these striations in the way that this particular crystal is grows. It's something about that moving from point A to point B. So I hope as you're hearing me talk ever so briefly about these three stones, that they all work in this throat heart area, yet sometimes it's more of a encompassing, overall balancing energy we're looking for. Sometimes it's like that, let's have the base, but we're moving up a little bit. And sometimes it's, we are just moving from point A to point B, and we're making that clear out. That's how I see these three different stones having different mineral properties, different structural properties, and yet the same element property really can touch into supporting your energy field as it's shifting and clearing. So if you have questions about any of these three stones, the Chrysoprase, the Amazonite, and the Aquamarine, you can certainly reach out, send me a text, send me an email. You can chat through my website. That's a great way. A lot of people do that, and that's a great way for me to really get back to you really quickly. The other thing you can do is take a look at my online shop. Perhaps you are looking to add some of these stones to your crystal toolkit. You can learn more about these stones, and you can see what I have available through my online shop. So this is just a little snapshot of three stones that look similar, kind of work the same way, but kind of have a lot of different qualities that really invite healing in different ways. And that's what crystal healing is all about. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if you have questions. For now, I simply wish you many blessings. Be well.